I think it's undeniable that race is an element of the opposition to the president. No other president has had someone stand up in the Congress and shout, "You lie," as a representative from South Carolina did during one of the president's speeches. No other president has faced persistent questions about his citizenship that even to this day you hear murmurings about. And I think, this is undeniably part of people's reaction to the notion of an African-American president and their discomfort with it.
Yeah, okay. That's why he was elected twice. David Axelrod, folks. Joining us now, Taleeb Starkes, columnist for American Thinker and author of a great new book. It's running away on Amazon. It's called The Uncivil War, Blacks versus the N-word, which we won't say here, Confronting the Subculture Within the African-American Community. Taleeb, welcome. And when you hear over and over and over again this line of thinking here expressed by David Axelrod, it must drive you nuts.
Oh, it absolutely drives me nuts, because if here's a guy who he campaigned for the position twice, and if racism was so bad and so obstructive, I think he would have bowed out the first time around.
Yeah, I mean, for crying out loud, he beat Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
Now,
but I'm not surprised that race has been thrown around when it comes to Obama and his policies, his decisions. But because there's a group of people that, Booker T. Washington spoke about, these people who are basically want to keep the grievances of black people on the forefront. It's a very lucrative business, and many people have profited and continue to profit from that notion.
Well, that's in your book, The Uncivil War. It's also in a piece at American Thinker, The Race Grievance Industry's Theory of Exploitivity. And you, I mean, look, you and I know, and you point out so eloquently in that piece, people make lots of money. And if you happen to be a high profile, or your case becomes so high profile, African American who happens to be killed by a white, which is not the norm, then it's very profitable for a lot of people. Not you, you're dead, but the people around you, some of them, and of course the Al Sharptons of the world.
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is Black History Month, and statistically speaking, many blacks will be history. And what I tried to convey in the piece, in the article, is that with the amount of money being made, it's actually beneficial for a black kid in the inner city to be killed by a white person than be killed by a black person, because with being killed by a white person, white cop specifically, the accolades, the type of memory, the accolades, the type of respect, the type of attention that'll be garnered is unmatched when you're killed by someone who looks like you as a black kid. I mean, you'll get the president speaking on your behalf. You'll get Department of Justice investigations. You get celebrity endorsements, and as I mentioned in the article, your parents may even get a chance to speak at the United Nations.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Michael Brown, I'm sorry to say, was a thug. And yet he's been, to a great extent, as you say in your piece, not referring to him, but he's been canonized. He's been recognized as some sort of martyr. Is that the best that the quote-unquote cause could do? Is pick a guy who we just saw rob a store and strong-arm a store owner half his size, disobey a cop, hit a cop, grab for a cop's gun, run from a cop, and charge a cop? That's who you make a martyr out of?
Well, no, you said, is that the best that they can do? Actually, that person to push the agenda, because they want to sell us on the fact that it's not Michael Brown's fault that he did what he did in the first place. It's the whole victimhood mentality.
Right.
There are two hoods that I talk about in the book. The first hood is the sovereign territory, the indigenous territory that blacks believe that most blacks come from. And the other hood is victimhood.
Right.
And the black community resides there. We reside there in a victimhood state And so it's easy for the culture vultures such as Al Sharpton,
Right.
Jesse, Oprah's to swoop
Well,
in.
well, Taleeb, we're gonna leave it there. Again, folks, the book, check it out, is the Uncivil War by Taleeb Starkes. Thanks, Taleeb.